Hey there, Sora. I did some tweaking to hopefully reduce the stuttering, but I forgot to boot up Elden Ring before OBS, so it might be all for naught. Ah, it's one of these guys. Hey there, Manko. Not quite sure. We'll find out. I'm hoping we can get to Radon, but... Wait a minute. I guess we can... That's a hard to pronounce word. The heck is the mic picking up? Must be vibrations from something. Oh, right. I guess it depends how much of the game you're trying to complete. If you're going to do a main quest route, I'd estimate 20 hours-ish. If you're going for a speed run, you can get it down to 5 minutes. If you're going for a 100% completion, well, as close to 100% as you can get in one NG, 120 hours? There's a lot of optional content. A lot of technically optional content, anyways. Look, speedruns make use of something called the zip glitch, which you might do accidentally. I don't even know if it's fixed or not. Never. So I can describe the glitch, but I haven't practiced it, so I can't not sure if I'll be able to even show you. I think I've done it accidentally like twice. So during the blocking animation, there's of course the part where the animation loops, the idle loops. And in that exact frame that the animation loops, if you just tap your movement key, you'll shoot forwards. And by shooting forwards, I don't mean you'll leap forwards like a roll's distance. I mean you will go across the entire freaking map and potentially fall to your death. Because there's elevation differences. Anywho, speedrunners make ample use of that zip glitch. And you might do it accidentally because, yeah, you just have to tap forwards at the wrong time while blocking. It's frame perfect. I don't think I have the medallions. So I guess we have to do this the longer way. Seriously, the mic is picking up something, but I don't hear what. I'm just focused on trying to hear what exactly it is. Because I can see that on the left, on my second monitor, I've got the OBS stuff, and I can see the mic sound level. That's how I know it's picking up something, even though I don't hear it. Doesn't seem like it's loud enough to be that audible, though, but that still concerns me, because normally it shouldn't be picking up anything. It means it's probably ground vibrations from something, but I've got it placed on like a thick blanket so that it doesn't pick up vibrations. Hmm. Maybe it is planes outside. I don't know. It's the only thing I can really hear, and the only thing that could be a low rumble. It's not blocked by anything that it might be picking up. Anywho, as far as smithing stones go, just we're counting in my head, I have started the quest that gives me the Ancient Somber one. I've started the one that get me 2 regular Ancient Dragon ones. Okay. Should be okay. Anyway, since I have not gone out of my way to get the ignition keys for the elevator, we gotta go the long way. Then we can go back and maybe fight Radon. Because there's 2 triggers for the Radon fight. One is need to advance far enough, and the other is that you need to advance in a side quest far enough. And the faster way at the moment is just to advance in the main quest far enough. I do wonder if there's a point of failure, though, for that side quest. Let's got that. Yeah, let's use the bastard sword. I mean, it's open world. That's about it. Yeah, these little spiky balls you see on the ground, those are poison traps. They are hard to see if you don't know what they look like. Seriously, even. No, I have not played Multiverses. I'll stick with the talismans I got. I don't really know what I want. I'm surprised we got an actual Smash competitor. This is all like multiple properties. It's copyright's already bad enough in the current day and age. It make a Smash clone, a true genuine Smash clone using other people's properties like Smash does is just impossible. But they did it. Bothers me they have a sliver of health left. Oh, okay. Nope, there's another one. Again, this game has very precise hitboxes. I could make use of a sword. I mean, I have my fists for bludgeoning damage. Yeah, I could use a katana. I'm not sure how I'll be able to prove you wrong, because you're definitely right about the free part. Making a game free to play is a huge way of getting a big audience going for it. And hold on. Okay. But yeah, because they're borrowing IPs from elsewhere, they definitely get that whole, you know, oh hey, it's Batman. Oh hey, it's Shaggy. Oh hey, it's Tom and Jerry, although I don't know anybody young who'd know what Tom and Jerry is. I'm not quite sure it would have flopped. It definitely would have had a... Because from what I hear, it's actually a really good and fun game, unlike Nickelodeon All-Stars. Like, Nickelodeon All-Stars seems to come across as a cash grab, while Multiverses comes across as like a passion project that somehow got greenlit in corporate America. If it flopped, I have no doubt it would still have a cult following. Ah, sweet, still one-shots. Ah, that's why there's still combat music. Oh, I forgot about that in the past NG. I don't think I missed anything important, but oof. We can go up there. Yeah, I don't really feel for the Nagakiba. It's technically the best katana, but I don't quite like it. Hello there, Alyssa. Welcome back from your family reunion. Yes, I went back in the logs to remember exactly why you left. Wait, was it up here? Oh, it wasn't up here. Where's the entry point to that part, though? But there is an item. Oh. Oh, I was... You gotta think vertically. Yeah, I didn't miss much. So, to catch you up to speed on the big stream changes, last MGR stream was last night. Doing Elden Ring because Manko wants to see a boss that is satisfying to watch, and that may or may not happen. Next week we start Devil Survivor 2. Week after that's probably Ultra Kill because Act 2 releases the day before my birthday. And I revamped the starting and BRB scenes as well as added an ending scene with shuffled playlists using local music files. Alyssa had the exact same reading and thought. Also, I doubt you guys can hear because it's at like minus 40 decibels or up to like minus 30 at the loudest. But my mic's picking up something, and I don't know what because I can't hear it myself. So I'm guessing it's vibrations from something, but it's weird that that's happening. And I want to know the source, but I can't really find the source if I can't hear it. But minus 30 to minus 40 decibels is usually pretty close to inaudible. Oh, I might get... Oh, no, I don't get poisoned. Ah, but I do get cut in the back. I don't know if you need to do a jumping attack, do I? I forgot I had the poison curatives on. Wait, I kind of forget how far I need to go. I'm also remembering a boss I didn't take out last time. Which might have been an impressive boss, but it was a dragon boss, so who knows. Alright, because I know you have at least a passing curiosity. This is the Dragon Scale Katana, which is the shortest of all katanas, and what is known as the best katana is the Nagakiba, the longest of all katanas. Which has the exact same moveset and attack speed, but like double the reach of everything else. And similar attack power, still. So, I know it's better, but it doesn't look better. I never liked the washing pole. I have it just in case I want to actually go full into katanas, but I probably feel better with the Uchi katanas. I prefer the Yaito, but model-wise the Yaito and the Uchi katana were identical, they just had different movesets. No, this is not the way forward, this is just the way to get a unique sword, but also for completion's sake. Average. Anywho, time to make use of his Y-hander. Yeah, probably like try armament. Rude. I just went right past the buff I wanted. Okay. Okay. Need a big sword for big monsters. Something I've learned. Alright, Serpent God's Curved Sword. I think it has some kind of auxiliary effect. I don't know, haven't really used it, but it's a strength scaling curved sword. In case you're a strength build and still want to use a curved sword. I wonder, will that cause... Nope, no fall damage. It's the thing, the lethal falls in this game are the exact same as in Dark Souls, but the damaging falls are a lot further down. So in Dark Souls, you'll take damage starting at 5 meters and you will die at 20 meters. In Elden Ring, you'll take damage at 16 meters and die at 20 meters, which ends up making the fall damage feel inconsistent, because either you just take a lot of damage, or you die, or you take nothing at all. There's no, like, you take a little damage. Devil Survivor 2 Record Breaker. You know what? Let's just use Moonlight. It's hitting the ground. Range. Okay, let's see. Alright, that's one down. Oh, hey, it's got the skulls. And the buff wore off. There we go. So, the previous long-term game was Devil Survivor Overclocked. And when I finished that, I'm like, oh, I've done one route of, like, 9. And that's not the actual count, but approximately that many. Wait, was there 8? I think there were 8 routes, actually. And so I just said, hey, I'm just gonna get the other 7 routes off stream. Or the other 6 or so. I think I only did like 2 on stream. Let's get the rest, and then we can start Devil Survivor 2. But in the meantime, while I'm getting this stuff off stream, let's move on to a different game, and that was MGR. And I'm like, well, if I'm not done with Devil Survivor by the time I'm done with MGR, we'll do Katana Zero. But no, I'm done with Devil Survivor. I haven't quite got all the endings. I still have 1 left, but I'm burnt out on that. Got through the game too many times. I mean, remember, on the whole stream game list, there's multiple bolded titles, because bold does not mean that game's next. Bold just means that game is likely to be next. It's high priority. Doesn't mean it's next in line. What did I even want to use here? Maybe Frost, maybe not Frost. Maybe I want to bleed out the thing in here. I know it has blood. Like, if I use Blood Flame Blade, it'll add bleed build-up to the sword, but it will also deal fire damage, and fire damage removes frostbite build-up. So then I can't really dual wield them effectively. If I'm not using bleed, why am I using frost? Fine, we'll just do dual claymores. Or... yeah, dual claymores. Oh, my health is nowhere near full. If they don't die, then I may actually get a full heal off of this. Do you want longer buff duration? Probably. Do you want higher skill stuff? Probably want to go for some bleed. Yeah, we can remove that then. Just have the flask and call it that. Okay, so talismans. Yeah, let's go for increased buff duration and damage on bleed out. Buff 1, buff 2, buff 3. No doppelganger this time. Oh, there's fucking magma behind me. So I'm gonna get by. No, you're just gonna shoot magma at me. Fair enough. Ah, you pull back. Oh, stuff from the first cut. Ah, I think I was a little too slow on the gold scarab. Oh well. Yeah, it's a real struggle because I want to have a quality longsword so I can buff it, but also to have a bloody longsword so I can dual wield it with the cold longsword. Hmm. Well, I guess I'll just have to upgrade a third longsword. Meantime, I probably want to make use of the dual curved swords. Anywho, we are entering, well, through the back door. To where? Well, you'll see. Yep, one at the bottom of the elevator, one at the top. They are pretty generous with the graces. There's candy in there. I do too. Oh, sweet. He bled out and frostbitten at the same time. So, have I explained what the status effects do? Don't ask why I'm doing this. Okay. Now we are through the back door. But yeah, that's the boss I forgot to kill. I know where to go to fight it. And maybe we should go fight it. I know Radon's more of a spectacle, though. Oh, hi. So... Bleed does... It's not even bled out. It deals... how to explain it, because I'm not fully sure on the formula myself. Yeah, I didn't even deal that much damage to him either. Anywho, here we are. Enter the Altus Plateau through the back door. Behold, the tree that does not like me is not on fire. Yet. I will swap that out for there. Right, so maybe I can demonstrate it with a weaker weapon like a dagger. And maybe I should swap to a shield if I'm not going to dual wield. Yeah, so bleed just does a massive chunk of damage. That's based on their max health. I'd like to say it's a fixed percentage, but I think it's more so a flat value with an... I think it's calculated based on their max health. So the more health they have, the more damage it does, but it's not like a fixed amount. So it still kind of does more percentage-wise to weaker foes than it does to bigger ones. Yeah, that's pretty much what the dragon does. So that's bleed. It's very powerful because of that. Because basically, no matter how weak your weapon is, as soon as it procs, you just chunk the enemy. Now, because the enemy's health is so low, it's the bleed proc itself is killing them. But on a boss, you'd expect something like 17% of their max health to go down with a bleed proc. Like, if you see them get hit and then all of a sudden a lot of their health is gone, that's some bleed damage. Yeah, it does. So it deals something approximate to a percentage of their max health, but not exactly, because I notice it does less damage to certain enemies, and so I think it's probably an amount that's calculated based on their max health rather than a percentage of it. Like how Black Flame, the damage over time effect from it, because it does burn them for some seconds afterwards, does, I think it was 200 damage plus 20 HP for every, 1,000 hit points they have? So at the very least, it will deal at least 2% of their max health, but not quite. Something like that. Oh, in which case it was 20 plus 20 for every 1,000 hit points they have. And what was the formula? Yeah, basically. I mean, it shreds through almost everything. Of course, not everything has blood. Like, these rock guys don't have blood. You can't bleed them out. But if it has blood, it can bleed. And if it can bleed, you can just chunk their HP with the procs. Now, there is adaptive resistances in this game, so it basically all you don't need to know the specific formula. You just need to know that every time you manage to proc a status effect, it gets harder to proc the same status effect on that enemy. So you can't just, get bleed proc after bleed proc. Maybe the first 2 or 3 will come easy, but after that, it's like, oh no, it's almost immune to bleed now. Then there's Frostbite, which I don't have any... maybe they'll get Frostbitten. So Frostbite also does some damage, although it's not as much as Bleed. But that's not the main component. I didn't get Frostbitten. But what the main thing it does is that it puts a debuff on them that makes them take 20% more damage from all sources, except with the exception of, I think, fire, because fire to a frostbitten enemy just warms them up, and they're no longer frostbitten. Oh, let's just do dual daggers for the heck of it. So so this talisman gives me an attack buff dependent on how many consecutive hits I land. I forget if it's like a 2-second or a 4-second window, but if I don't attack for a short while, a few seconds, then I lose all the stacks. But the more times I smack an enemy in a row, the stronger the attack buff. So that's useful for things like daggers or just smaller weapons or weapon arts that have bigger... Oh, they're a multi-hit. This thing is 20% more damage after an enemy within like melee range bleeds out, including yourself. If you bleed yourself out, then you can proc it, and in fact... There you go. Free attack buff. Oh boy. Yeah, daggers may not be the best choice. Yeah, that little... Yeah, so he just got bled out and then frostbitten shortly afterwards, if you were watching the health bar. Oh, I spaced that. There we go. By the way, that's Godric's parent. Next, I think. He's the predecessor to Godric. Godric the Graphic. That's Godfrey the Graphic. They all have some form of god or gold in their name. Yeah, daggers, especially dueling daggers, doesn't really feel that good in this game. Mostly because this feels pretty stationary, despite being multi-hit. You don't get a lot of stagger off of daggers. Two-handed feels better. But it's probably weaker DPS by a lot. Because I was using a suboptimal weapon, for sure. Anywho, from here... You know, I'm not fully sure how far we have to go. Not sure if we have to get inside the city or... Well, regardless. We're going to Florida now. As far as a weapon to wield, yes, and yes. Alright, so you know this one is, yeah, blood loss from vicinity increases attack power. Either you or an enemy or an ally, just if somebody gets procced with with bleed nearby, you get 20% attack boost. This one's for poison. This one is same as the multi-hit talismans, except you heal yourself instead of an attack buff. This one that I use is a 50% increase to weapon skills, so, you know, that does more damage. Now this just increases the power of my incantations, which is basically all of the spells that I have. I don't think it affects buffs, though. This one increases buff duration. I think it's like by 30%, so of course I'll use that if I'm in a fight where I think I'll have to play defensive. That increases jumping attack damage by 20%. This one increases mounted. Muscle memory failed me for a bit. Increases mounted attack damage by, I think it was 14%. This one's for fully charged heavies, so you have your heavy. However, you can also hold it down to charge. And I don't know what percentage is on that, but it makes them stronger. That's guard counter. That's your block, strain, less stamina. These ones are all defensive. That one's stamina recovery, equip load, damage resistance, status effect resistance for those. These ones have to do with arrow damage and range. This one increases poise. This one makes my steps silent. This one makes me invisible from a distance if I crouch. Don't think it has an effect on enemy AI though. This one eliminates fall damage, but since I've already described how the fall breakpoints are, I think this talisman's not of much value. Because if you took fall damage, that means you were almost going to die from the fall anyways, so... these should make me... Yeah, make me look like a phantom or the host. I haven't really had the opportunity to use those yet, because I haven't done much multiplayer. In Elden Ring, that is. I've done a lot of multiplayer in Dark Souls 1 through 3. Anywho, for right now, I need to... pull out of course... Okay. So this one, Blessed Dude Talisman, restores my HP by 2 points per second. Then there's a Wooden Great Shield that's 3 points per second, and yes, they stack for 5 points per second. Yeah, no big stutter so far, but I have noticed a fair deal of micro stutters, though I think that's arguably just the game at this point. And the thing is, I opened up Task Manager just to make sure, because one post I read that like, Elden Ring was using up a lot of their GPU, and so it was competing with OBS resources, and that's why they were stuttering. For my rig, Elden Ring's using up, at least when I booted the game up and I was just walking around idly, it was like 1%. And it was still stuttering occasionally with micro stutters, so it really is just either things loading in or the game is really that unoptimized. Oh, hi there, Bernhardt. Okay, spin slash. Parry and no skill.
Well, until we meet again.
I mean, when you get down to it, how you approach fights is similar between the two series. Yeah, they are still quite different. Since, yeah, Monster Hunter is just boss fights. But not Dark Souls, that is a true blue RPG. Oh, wasn't quite a full hit. Nope, too soon. Or rather, it auto-releases when I fully charge a heavy. So I have to time it right. Otherwise won't hit him. Also, I know if we had a much more childlike person in the audience, they'd be yelling at me to go up the cliff right now. I think. Might have missed the trigger for him. Might have gotten out on his own. Yeah, he got out on his own. Alright then. Probably because I got to the Altus Plateau. It's neat. There's like a lot of optional stages to quest, just like there's a lot of optional content. Yeah, Zweihander is a pretty good mounted weapon. Smithing stone one.
Oh, dear. Yeah, mate. Hey, terribly sorry. You here as a customer?
Okay, turtlenecks. I haven't really used those, but hey, they are useful in their own way. Give me arrows and nothing anything else.
I must apologise. I'm afraid I've very little to offer.
Okay. Oh, right. Need a holy weapon. That might work. That might work too. Oh, I know something better though. Yeah, an Order's Blade. Okay, that should work. Tibia Mariner. I haven't swapped out my talismans, that shouldn't really matter. Motherfucker. Teleporting ass. Nice. There's some death root. Need 9 of those. And then I will have some. And then I will have one of my favorite upgrade materials. Now, I use the scimitars mostly through NG plus 2. Or plus 1? Yeah, it was NG plus 1. They're great with bleed. They have a lot of multi-hit attacks. Which is why I'm not sure if I'd recommend them if you want to have a challenging time. In fact, they aren't even the meta pick, they're just a strong pick. In fact, let's just... Yellow. See? Big chunk of damage. Nope, all my stamina's gone though. I wonder if I can even parry that. There we go. that's fine, Sora. It is a bit late at night. Plus on a Sunday. Alright, then we switch back to our fists. Yeah, that's a thing. A crow with teeth. I mean, I said we're in Florida. Gonna have to ride through the locals, though. Can't be bothered with the crowds. Wow, it's not dead. Almost, though. Oh, right. Okay, do we need our anti-plague measures? Oof. Okay, that's rough, but it's still technically an early game area. As I said earlier, big swords for big monsters. Now, I'm just wondering if the festival is on. Because I may not have progressed the main quest enough. Oh boy. Okay, got it still. Whew. Alright, we're going to go off the road to hopefully circumvent some of the bigger threats, but maybe not. Okay, rest stop before a big threat. Alright, what do I want? I want to go to... Not sure what weapon type I really want here. Let's try out the dual swords though. Doing dual long swords. What else should there be? Props that. That's about all I can really ask for. Okay. Oh boy. No one above me, huh? Oh, okay. Time to get away. Oh boy. Oh crap, that's Plague. That's not quite a good trade. Sweet. That spell's a nice. It's a nice opener and now a nice finisher. Alright, so I wanted to check. Wasn't Dragon Hearts. I think I mentioned it, dragons have actually completely different movesets based on whether you're mounted or not. Anywho, here, you can, after you kill dragons and get their hearts, you can use them to learn spells that mimic their abilities. I use them a lot during NG, but not so much afterwards, just because leave you vulnerable for a while. Yeah, they're powerful, but you kind of have to stay in place and breathe your breath, and you're still a tarnished. What should I replace? Okay, if we get rid of that, then I should be able to fit. Because I will show you the strongest one. Skyrim, but better. Yeah. I haven't really used it much in actual combat, so excuse-moi if this is a horrible idea, but let's try it out on the Banished Knight around here. Yes, you have to kill a dragon with that attack to learn that attack. Takes up a whole 3 spell slots. Another one that I like to use but don't use much is Rail's Roar. Yeah, hold on. You see, not that strong. However, what it does is it reduces the... If you get hit by that roar, you have your attack power reduced and your damage absorption reduced. So you take more damage and deal less damage. The problem is the range is kind of short and the animation is pretty long. So you roar, and you're just kind of probably going to take a hit anyways before the animation ends. That's why it's kind of... Plus it's a 3rd buff, and after 2 buffs I'm kind of trouble keeping track. Right. Actually, these eggs, and then I can just throw down the 2 generic dragon ones there. So Dragon Claw. She does have a follow-up. Where's that? There you go. Art. Follow-up has pretty long recovery though, so use at your discretion. And we have... Okay, yeah, Dragon Maw. But just bite them. And I think it's chargeable. I think. Don't know. Short charge time if it is. Then there's the breath attacks. There are many varieties. There's magic, there's fire, there's rot. Not sure what damage type that is. Probably magic. But basically it goes like this. Alright, didn't hold it down. I guess that's bugged. Probably has to be in the right hand then. But as you can see, he now has Plague, because that's what the breath does. Yeah, I thought it was just the mounted combat. Maybe the bug spread where, like, you couldn't continue the breath if it wasn't in your right hand. The talisman, that is. So, if I do it like this, and then go... Yeah, now I can continue it. Looks like left hand talisman doesn't hold down. Now the trouble... If I want to like sort my spells, I have to unequip all the ones afterwards. It's a cumbersome process, but maybe I don't really need to. Let's see. Not really sure what I want here, but I guess I'll just take Erd Tree Heal then. So yeah, the normal spell that I end up flinging around is Black Blade. So there's Lightning Spear, which you've seen. This one's chargeable. There's Black Flame Ritual, which, you know, it's Black Flame and has a Black Flame damage over time effect. You can charge it for a bigger ring. And there's Black Blade, which has a similar damage over time effect, but it deals holy damage instead of fire. And it's ranged. And you've seen how anime it is. Also has a follow-up attack. And reduces their max health, so it's a pretty good opener, because, you know... it's like that. Now I'm like 20k short from level up. So there's some spell demonstrations. Oh, that is not enough. Alright, let's use one from Renala. So I got 2 of these. That's 20,000. That should be enough. And with that, we have Intelligence at 48. Do more to 50, and then I've been bouncing around which stat to increase next after Ints 50, but maybe Vigor, maybe Arcane. Because, you know, as the NG plus scales, more health is going to be nice. But at the same time, Arcane's my primary damage stat. But, off to the, well, supposed festival. Hoping there's a festival. Down here in Florida. Oh, right. Monster birds and shit are about here. Yeah, if you stay on the road, you fight a pack of giant dogs. If you stray off the road, you fight a pack of giant crows. Gotta find that fine line where you don't aggro the crows or the dogs. Or you could kill them all, I mean, your choice there. Ow, that is... Ah, sweet, festival's on. Looks like you do get to see Radon. The question is, will you get to see Radon for long enough? Because, like every boss in this game, it's possible to kill them very quickly. What do I want to use against Radon, though? I'm trying to familiar more. Alright, let's make use of the big hander.
As a fellow combatant, allow me to introduce myself. Blythe. Warrior. Now, we find ourselves pitted against Radon, once the strongest of the demigods.
amazingly simple. A path forged by sword and fang. Nothing to do but wait until the festival begins.
It does remind me there is exactly one talisman I don't have, which is a weaker version of the Shard of Alexander, which you get by killing Alexander.
Be sure to get a good vantage, my friend. I, Iron Fist Alexander, hereby vow to...
And I don't want to kill that guy. Anyhow, I'll give this weak hander a try, because I know if I use some bleeding weapons and some frost weapons, this boss could be over fast.
Prepared, young chum. The festival begins.
Before we begin, allow me to paint you the full picture. General Radahn is cursed ever to wander. Eaten from the inside by Melania's scarlet rot, his wits are long gone. Now he gathers the corpses of former friends and foes alike, gorging on them like a dog. Howling at the sky. But now, we must make merry.
Oh, gathering of champions! The revels begin! The celebration of war! The Radahn Festival!
You will find the field of battle past the church ahead, upon the shore under the fort. General Radahn is there, even now, divested of his wits, devouring corpses, and howling at the sky.
There's our battlefield. I seem to have a habit of going one past the spell that I want. This is a boss that I'd help out a lot of people with back in around like level 100 or so. I will see if some people want some help, because this is a... Again, I'm pretty high level, so... Yeah. Okay. Wait for a little bit. Alright, gotta pick out some talismans too, don't I? I think what I have is good enough. I'll make use of the jump attack talisman though. Okay, now let me just... I'm curious if even I can summon people, and it doesn't quite look like it. It's like in combination with, as I mentioned, due to the kind of netcode issues on PC, console's a lot more populated. After the fact, I'm level 329. Makes sense. Not that many people. So we cancel that. Nothing goes wrong around here. Oh, time for the Wailing Dunes. Yeah, I think I buffed too soon. Alright. Alright, cut off his max HP. So I'm chunking him though. Oh, and now I know he's weak to lightning. Oh, boy. Oh. Nice. Oh. So, he had his mind completely rotted by the plague, and he was holding all the stars in the sky back with his gravity magic, and he was still that strong.
Ah, hello there. It was a battle marvelously fought. You are well and truly a champion, friend. I, on the other hand, am nothing but a crock. One hit was all it took to crack me, and for my insides to come spilling out. After that, I hid like a coward. And as such, I can hardly stand to face one such as you. But don't you think I've given up just yet. As luck would have it, there's a veritable mountain of warriors' bodies right here. If I can just squeeze this bunch down inside me, I'll be a mighty warrior again in no time. And you know, the bodies found here are exceedingly fine. Who could expect any less from the very warriors who fought in the Shattering? The greatest of all wars. Just you wait and see, friend. I'll grow even stronger. Just you wait when next we meet.
Yeah, so I know you're unfamiliar with the lore. This guy is a, well, it's a warrior, the living jar, as you can guess just from appearances. I'm not quite sure how they're made. However, I do know that they do contain corpses inside of them. As in, inside the jar, sealed under the wax and the ceramic, is an I don't know how many corpses, but like a lot of corpses, and somehow putting that many dead bodies together in a jar just turns into a new consciousness. So yes, he is trying to put all these old bodies inside of himself so he can grow stronger. After all, he is Iron Fist Alexander.
What a sick way to fight, eh, mate? The glory of the clash is shared by Radahn and you, and then a falling star right before our eyes. I can't fathom how Radahn was holding back something of that scale. He was a living legend, if ever I saw one.
Yeah, it's a bit of a disappointment. This is like NG+3 on a powerful character, because those boss fights, they really are something the first time.
Well, this time I left, the wheel of fate has been set into motion. If it's on the cards, I'd be glad to meet again. You are a fine warrior. If it's on the cards, you are a fine.
Yeah, look, Blythe and Alexander are both swell dudes. Now then, I think I'll take that and maybe that, maybe this. Actually, how's about Moonlight? And for that, I'll want the Shard of Alexander. Now then, way over here. Way over here is a tomb with a boss that I found in the past to be very difficult and may not be hard now because I've practiced against it. But this is one that I was kind of stuck on, and I think it was a stat difference type deal. See how it goes this time. But yeah, Radon was... Before people found Melania, Radon was considered the hardest boss in the game. And he's one of the 4 bosses you have to choose to kill. It's pick 2 out of 4, and Radon's in that 4. Alright, so I've got Silent Footsteps, enhanced weapon skills, so the charging, so the beam sword or the Moonlight Greatsword will be stronger. And alright, very quickly. God. Ow. Motherfucker. Don't you dare phase out of reality at me. If you were here a couple of years ago, I hadn't quite learned that I can put a cap on the audio, and that sneeze would have blown out your eardrums. There's more audio layerings I can do in OBS, but I haven't quite learned what each of them do yet, so I haven't bothered. But yes, the sound will not go above a certain volume. So the audio drums are safe. That sneeze is as loud as it gets. I don't know if it's just because they're weaker, but Moonlight seems to work out. Oh yeah, I mean the sneezes come without much warning. And the odd thing is, if I notice the sneeze and then try to warn you, that motion of talking seems to dissipate whatever was going to prompt the sneeze in the first place. Like, if I tell you I'm going to sneeze, I then no longer need to sneeze. Yeah, wish I could give a heads up, but I really can't. I don't think the Moonlight Greatsword's the greatest thing against them, but I'm not sure what is, because Holy doesn't seem to fare much better. And Blood won't work, they're ghosts. Maybe Pure Fizz. Yeah, let's just go with that, and then... Electrify, I guess. Got him. Yeah, I was surprised that I chunked Radon so much. It definitely dealt a lot of damage to me, but like I dealt as much back. My own damage output's fairly high, huh? Oh right, that was the lever I needed. I don't need to be here anymore. Oh no. Yeah, I can come back here later if I want to. Actually, I should rest. Should take some R without the other R. I'll have full flasks. And definitely packing blood for this. Although I might. Yeah, let's go with dual. My dual dismounters. And we are good to go. Now I just have to swap this out for something. Probably the bleed out one, but... Yeah, let's go for bleed out. I don't know how readily this thing will bleed, but I know it can. So again, double buff. Oh, it's already frostbitten. Oh gosh. Ugh. It's frostbitten again because I was about to use a fire attack on it. Oh, okay. Ugh. Still have a hard time seeing the tell for that. That cannot tell you the amount of times I tried and failed to kill that boss in NG. And there was more like it, it's just that one's the toughest of the lot. In fact, there's one fight, in order to get this talisman, Erdtree's Favor +2, you have to fight 3 simultaneously. Okay. I shall name him Steve. Now where? Yeah, I guess to the Altus Plateau then, we have what we need. May as well do some more backdoor action, because I know there's 2 ways into the city. Yeah, I don't think I managed to bleed it out once, or if I did, I didn't notice. So that wasn't a useful talisman. I forgot to use my mixed Flask of Wonders physique. Well, it's not an offensive buff, but it is still a buff. Also, that Phase 2 transition of Radahn's fight, I cannot tell you how many times hosts have died to that transition in of itself. Alright, where do I need to go? What do I need to do? Let's go with the generically good one, which is we have these fists with spikes on them, so they bleed out people, fast hitting, blunt damage, so if they're, you know, need blunt damage, I got that. And I got the big sword for the big sword. Also, I haven't shown the weapon skill on this yet. Is that? Now then, where am I going? Oh, right. I remember where I'm going. I gotta go the long way around. Yeah, I don't think we're getting to the next boss I'm thinking of in time, in 15 minutes. And if this were Friday or Saturday, I'd go overtime to get it, but no, it's Sunday. Got stuff to do tomorrow. Currently wondering what bosses are left, or what bosses can I get to pretty quickly. Well, unique bosses. Because again, there's plenty of bosses, especially in the first half of the game, of enemies that you've never seen before, but they're actually normal enemies. You know, like the Capra demon and the Taurus demon in Dark Souls, how like they're bosses, but they become normal enemies later on. That happens a lot in Elden Ring. It's part of why there's 168 bosses. I forget how many unique ones there are. fact, I have to pee. So I think I'll do that and give you an excuse for either the BRB screen or to listen to this dude. Yeah. BRB, and the mic is muted. Well, welcome back, me. Also, I've just noticed I haven't had a rune equip this entire time. Again. So you remember humanities and how, especially in the later games, like in 30, that increase your max health? Well, we got rune arcs here, except you can also equip some additional stuff for more. Should actually go unlock that. Okay, as far as this one goes, kinda want to use a shield, but I don't really need to use a shield, so... I missed this grace entirely. I did just kind of blitz through this place. Didn't even open the main gate. And I have to go through it the long way. Okay, so instead of blood for the blood god, we're just going to get some enhancements going on. What do I want? Let's go with an axe. And why not a bright shield? don't think I'll... Well, I'll keep the Shard of Alexander on. Yeah, Stormfield Castle feels very Dark Souls 3. And the music and the scenery. It's all... It's all too familiar. Yeah, then there was the Elevatore over here. I'd like to know if it's the right way. Not really. It's like, I know where I need to go. I just don't quite know the shortest route to it, given what I have open. Because yes, I would like to make use of the rune powers this time. I already did a playthrough with no rune powers. Don't feel the... I mean, sure, I can do it again. I don't particularly mind, since I just... It's the only reason I didn't do a playthrough without the rune shards is because I forgot to use them the whole time. So, not particularly a challenge one for me. Alright, free throw it is. Free throw it is. And out of pots. Close, but no cigar. Yeah. And then I don't know if the hawk over here will attack me or not if I ignore him, so better safe than sorry. Yeah, definitely far less stuttering, so I think those tweaks worked. Yeah, so the thing I learned is, so that guy in particular from the Reddit post had a issue with it, too much GPU usage from Elden Ring and left nothing for OBS, so he just put an FPS cap in there. I don't have an FPS cap here. However, the first comment mentioned, hey, your game capture is trying to display Elden Ring, but failing. And it seems like each time it tries and fails, it causes a big stutter in the game. So I got rid of a lot of things that I wasn't using in my OBS scenes. And what do you know? Elden Ring ain't stuttering so much. I don't think I went the right way again. I think I know a shortcut from here to where I want to go. I think. Yeah, if we use the stone sword key here, I think that opens up a route that I can make use of. Let's see, that's Tomb of Doom, and yeah, I can make use of this. The axe doesn't quite one-shot with the light attack, so let's try... What dismount her? That does it. Alright, that should have taken care of all the ballistae. So now, just have to worry about over here. Well, not quite over here. I just have to touch grass. Open, get the commoner garbs. Alright, gate's open. Oh yeah, there's a whole lot of items down here. Oh, just look at that. Bit rate's also going down too. Been a while. Ow. Alright. Getting close. We are getting there. Just have to go through a lot of this. Double kill. That one had red. That one had golden eyes. Okay. to handle electrifier armament again. There we are. That's a big hit. Took a while to land that weapon skill, but it landed eventually. But yeah, this wooden great shield, it's not too great. Stability is honestly... The medium shield on the... One of the higher quality medium shields has a higher stability than this great shield. So it's not great. In fact, doesn't absorb 100% damage either, but the HP regen tends to offset it in most scenarios. Most, anyways. Alright, weapon skill, healing. Okay. I know where to go. Ah, sweet. Oh, almost killed. Whew. Ah, right. That's doing better than I thought, though. That's for sure. All right. By the way, just so you're aware, this is not the best great shield in the game. It's, I think, the second best or the third best or something like that. Maybe even top 5. That point, my reason for using it though is that I like the look of it. That's what's most important. Yeah, just the buff runs out. I finally get to go to where I wanted to go. Which isn't a boss, but it is important mechanically for the rune shards. Hi, Sora. I guess you weren't sleeping. And you technically still aren't sleepy. Oh, welcome to the top of a divine tower. See for miles up here. Of course, up here. There we are. Now I actually have a great rune to equip. So then, great rune, great rune, great runes. This is likely the first one you'll get, though not necessarily. And if you pop a rune shard, it's active. And what does that do? It's a plus, well, this one specifically is plus 5 to all stats. Anyhow, you gotta weave your way up to the... You gotta find out which divine tower restores which rune's power, as well as how to get to said divine towers. Got some kind of dust cloud, lower invisibility, but you can see divine towers from quite a ways away. Yeah, it being 2211, and I've now shown you that mechanic. And I'd say we've seen at least a couple of bosses that have satisfied Manko. So I think we can call it a weekend. So, thanks for watching. Have a good week. I'll see you guys on Friday, where we start Devil Survivor 2. Fare thee well.